Hello everyone. So my tech tool presentation is going to be on a tool that I really enjoy called Classcraft. It is a system that it's set up for you to be able to totally gamify and manage your classroom. Come on. So what is Classcraft? Classcraft is a program that you can use to completely gamify everything. It can be used with anybody from kindergarten through, even up to college if you really wanted. I recommend it for students who are able to read and stuff already, kind of like how Google Classroom is. You need a little bit of reading skills to do that. So while the students are doing assignments or behaving well in class, you can give them gold for money. They can buy different abilities or perks for the classroom. Or you can give them experience points, which help them level up, and then they can gain more health, they can gain different abilities, things like that. Well, on the other hand, you can also take health points for things such as not turning in work or being disruptive, and it works really well and fits pretty well into the whole PBIS point thing because of that. So teacher customization is endless with it. So the teacher gets to start with how they want the basic of it to be set up, and it can always be changed later. You can start with regular general settings, PBIS, socio-emotional learning, and those change several of the different aspects of the game while keeping it still pretty much the same. And then after that, either the teacher can make the characters or the students themselves can make them. They can choose between being a mage or a fighter, and each one has different abilities for them. And then from there, the teacher can also assign different groups. They can chat with students, parents, they can use a random name caller, create assignments that you can set the route for, and you can even set whether or not the students can do it at their own pace. As for student customization, it really helps them gain some sort of ownership over their education because it helps them take some control and have because they can create their own characters and they can pick their own abilities. They're also the ones who are determining if they're getting the gold or experience by turning in the work or by behaving. And then it also helps with the fact that there are groups. It can encourage them to behave better for their group, for their party, to be able to get different perks and points. So let's go check it out a little bit. So I'm using the demo class here. So these are the different students, and there's the different classes like warrior, healer, mage, and so a healer, they can heal one of their teammates, say if they forgot to turn in their homework, they're able to turn in a little bit, or they're able to help heal them a little bit, but can only use it every so often. There's also messaging. You can message each individual student. I have to switch classes to this one, but you can see that you can send the students themselves a message. You can send a class announcement. So if Haven was missing something, I could send him a message about it. And then I can also message the parents or just put out a full-on parent announcement as well. And then also with this, there are the quests. I really like the quests because you can set up the directions and the way that you want to do it. So they would start with, in this case, Objective 1, and it gives you an overview of it, and you're supposed to create a story for it, and then they'll go on to the next objective, where it'll tell you the next leg of the story, what they need to do, and then they can have a discussion. And then the next one I set up to where you can do an assignment off of Google Classroom for this one. And then the story, or what you need to do exactly, discussion. And then you meet the end of it. And each one you can earn gold and experience as well. And then you can also set it up to be self-progressive or however you want to do it. And then there's also the class tools, where you can do a random picker, random events, volume meter, which is actually really cool. You can do boss battles, which is your formative review, which is where you are asked questions. If you get the answer wrong, the boss will do damage to you. If you get the answer correct, you do damage to the boss. It's a really cool way to do it. There's a timer, there's a stopwatch, and there's a grade converter. I haven't had a chance to play with that. And then we'll hop back over to the Prezi. So in review, Classcraft can be used for reinforcing positive behaviors, encouraging students to work in groups, assigning work, creating student accountability, allowing easy communication between teachers and students and parents, and way, way more. So feel free to check it out for yourself at www.classcraft.com. Have a good rest of your night.